Hey guys, crew of Blind Wave. I'm Eric.
I'm Aaron.
Aaron, we're going to do our first Q&A for Heroes Reborn Season 1. Mm-hmm. Or Series 1. Apparently this is like a mini-series and not necessarily a season. I don't think there's going to be like 21 or 2.
Yeah, they're like 20-something in the first season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like 10 or 12.
But then I think like season, 2 or 3, I only had like 14 or
Well, that was because of the writer's strike. I actually kind of like miniseries more, like Game of Thrones or Sherlock only does 2 episodes, 2 or 3 a series.
They keep it more to the point. They don't have a lot of filler. And
yeah, they also are able to plan the entire thing out before they actually just start shooting.
Yeah.
Sometimes on the seasons, writers will have the first 10 scripts done, and then they're already shooting, and they don't know what they're going to do in the last part. You know what I'm saying?
Lost.
Well, yeah, kind of like Lost. Anyway, we're not talking about Lost. We're talking about Heroes, and more importantly, we're talking about what you guys want to talk about, and that's everything that was put down in the comments in our last 3 videos, which were Reaction Episode 1, 2, and the
Season promo.
Before we go through a couple of these, Aaron, did you have any thoughts about some stuff?
I did have a couple things I was thinking about. One thing was involving how old is freaking Molly Walker? I swear that she was like an 8-year-old girl.
Yeah, she was like 8.
And she looks like she's like 18 or something now. Like she was in a bar at a casino.
I think I read that the actress was is like 19 or 20.
Okay. Wasn't there only like 5 years in between?
I know. That's kind of weird.
Okay.
That's a little weird.
I thought about that later on. I was like, man, Molly looks pretty good. Like, wait, how old is she?
Yeah.
I thought she was like 6.
Because she was
Parkman found her,
Parkman and Mahinder were like being like baby daddies.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't get
and
it.
then, what happened to her? I think we kind of, in season 4? I don't think she was even in it.
I don't really remember in season 4. I feel like she just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing her a whole lot.
Okay, well, that was certainly a big surprise for me. You were like, what if that's Molly or something like that? I was like, that's something.
I was like, Molly.
Idiot.
I think wasn't she like a brunette? Now she's a redhead? She could have dyed her hair though. She's trying to hide and run away.
I guess. I don't know. I think she had like light brown hair that could be kind of red, I guess. I don't know. But it's very red now. But yeah, that was a surprise, and the age is very strange. Yeah.
Another thing, actually on my stream, Neo Hitake was talking to me about it. We were kind of discussing the video game world that Katana girl.
Ever Sword?
Yeah.
Right?
Is it is that her power? Is it the sword that does it? And is that like the real world that she goes into but is killing real people or digital people or what? Because like if I'm playing World of Warcraft and I go and I log out, if I logged out in like Stormwind, I'm not in New York City.
Yeah.
But like she was going to that Yamagato Tower looking place in the game, but then when she put her sword away, she was in Yamagato Tower. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. The answer is I have no effing clue.
Those are some questions I just had. I don't have answers for yet.
It's such a strange and undefined thing. Like, yeah, you're right. Is it her power? Is it the sword's power? Is somebody doing this to her? Talking about who she is that you said, like, a lot of theories are trying to peg her into some kind of relation with Hiro.
Yeah, I've heard some people talking about her being like his daughter, which
wouldn't make sense because he had no daughter, and this is 5 years later. But then some people are saying, yeah, but he could time travel. He goes back in time, has sex with a girl, 18 year, whatever, how many years there. She grows up, he comes back in time.
I don't think so because the other thing is, didn't they show that like manga, that comic book or whatever it was? And didn't it have a picture of the guy on the back? That wasn't Hiro. Isn't that the creator?
Is that I don't know. Stuff like this, I mean,
it was like something Otto or something like that.
Was that supposed to be her father? Is that a antagonist in her storyline? I have no idea. Her father supposedly is the guy you're trying to save in the game.
Yeah.
Is that literally her father in there? Because there was that note that said, "Come and save me."
Yeah.
Who, when I first saw it, I thought that meant Hiro.
He had to have been expecting it then if you put it there, right?
But it's Hiro's sword. Why does she have
Is it Hiro's sword for sure? Are you certain? Because you said that originally, but I don't...
Am I absolutely 100% certain? No. But, I mean, it's a katana with that symbol on it, which is exactly like Kensei's sword, and that's Hiro's sword. It would be weird for there to be another sword like that also has that symbol on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just from a writing perspective, it would just be weird. Like, what sword is this?
Maybe just someone in Japan, they just sell those to people. Just like a souvenir.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. And then talking about talking about her relations, like a daughter, maybe a niece or nephew. Didn't Ando wind up with Hiro's sister? I mean, their kid couldn't be that old either, right?
I don't remember her sister or his sister.
Yeah, I remember the sister like that wanted to take over the business, but Hiro's dad's like, no, Hero is the man. He will take over the business. And then he was like, Father, she is the one. I don't mean to be racist when I say all those things. That's what they sound like.
In your head.
In your white privileged head. But we did have one question from 12 Chapin. And he said, what if Miko, the girl with the sword, was the little girl Hero saved in Season 1 when he was trying to show Ando his abilities? Do you remember this sequence?
The bus?
With the bus?
Because it was like a group of girls and she was in the bus and he stopped time and then went up and moved her out of the way, right?
And actually, that scene, just as a little aside, that scene was composited by Ryan Weber, one of our internet pals.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He worked on that
Good job,
directly.
Ryan.
I think he won an Emmy for his work on Heroes, by the way.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't think so.
Age-wise, I don't know if it might add up, kind of. It's
It
closer.
It might.
Then you have 4...
She seems like she's 18,
5,
19.
9. You have like, what, 10 years?
Yeah.
And she's probably like 6 there, so 16-ish.
I just gotta say, there's so much weirdness with that storyline. Like, I don't know if I can list all the weird things. I mean, first of all, the power, whatever it is, that's weird. She's like 18 or 19 and living in this like amazingly huge, awesome apartment thing that she doesn't know what's behind doors that in her own place. That's also weird.
Well, I mean,
isn't it? Like,
did you ever have like your dad have like a study or something like that? You're like, you can't go in here. You're not allowed to go in there.
Does she have parents that live with?
I think her dad used to live with her, but now he disappeared. Okay, if it was Hero, if Hero say it is the dad or something there, I don't think it is. But if that is Hero that she's trying to say that she's calling father, it could be interesting because like if he still has his abilities, which I thought he was losing this time travel, so I don't know if he'd be able to travel back, have a baby, and come back to the future.
She could be adopted.
Could be. She could have just adopted. Like, his age.
Him and Ando got married finally.
But it could make sense if he does have his teleport ability. Why he wasn't at the other conference or the Odessa.
The Odessa Community Center.
Yes, the humans and Evos together because. You would have thought he'd have been there trying to, like, maybe do something or save it.
He was always the one that, like, was super excited whenever he saw another hero. Like, Flying Man!
Yeah.
Yatta!
So, I mean, it could make sense maybe from a sense, but I don't think that he can be related to her as far as, like, unless it's another sibling or a cousin.
Yeah.
But I don't think it can be a father-daughter thing.
Anyway, I think all that stuff is weird. It's also weird that this stranger that she doesn't know has broken into her apartment 3 times in 2 episodes.
He never broke in. He just walked in.
He just walks into this place.
He entered. He didn't break.
Yeah, okay. And then this ability, right? She can... It's all based on the sword. I haven't seen anything from her except for some reason when she's in a game, she can jump and go crazy and she's an awesome fighter. But then she comes back into the real world and she can jump and go crazy and is an awesome fighter now too.
She wasn't that awesome.
I mean, she wasn't super awesome, but, you know.
Yeah.
She's fighting like 10 grown men with sticks.
It was like Digimon.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's not defined at all.
Maybe it will.
I hope so. I hope that whenever...
I don't want to have questions about it.
Yeah. This is the thing watching week to week is just like, it could be the best thing ever. It could be like, I can't believe I ever doubted it. Mm-hmm. But as of right now, it's definitely the thing in the show that when it like goes to them, I'm like, what the hell's going on?
It's like China from Arrow.
Pretty much, exactly, except it's Japan. Did you have anything else, sir?
Did we ever see what happened to the invisible underwear guy? Remember him in the very beginning? He just disappeared?
Yeah, he was at the community thing, right?
Was he?
Yeah, he just kind of like he turns visible, walks across the camera. So he was there.
Okay.
So, and then we see him being chased by rednecks into a creek. And
then he ran away.
Invisible. But they made a point of showing a shot of him in the beginning at that place. So I have to assume he's going to come back later.
Okay, because like I was...
Well, no.
Thinking about
not at all. Because he was at the massacre at the... Wasn't it?
It was a different invisible guy.
It
wasn't him. It was someone else. But I believe there were 2 guys that did that. Because there was one guy at the June 13th.
Yeah.
There's one guy there that turned invisible.
And you're saying that's the same guy that was killed at the support group.
Yeah, by Zachary Levi.
But then you're saying there's another guy...
I'm pretty sure there was another guy who was running away in his underwear.
I thought that was the same person.
I don't think so. I thought he was like lighter complected with like a different facial hair.
All right, let us know in the comments, and if you're wrong, you get slapped.
No. Tell them I'm right. If I'm right, do you get slapped?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take one for the team.
Hope I don't get slapped. Hope I didn't read that wrong.
Yeah, well, if you try to slap me, I'll turn invisible, run away, strip my underwear. All right. What else did you have, Aaron?
If Claire had her powers removed, maybe, and that's how she died. We talk about doing a sacrifice thing, but
yeah,
the Haitian has the ability to remove powers, right?
That's true.
Could he, like, I don't know if you remove her powers and then she dies, and then, like, does he leave powers removed, or if he walks away, do they get their powers back?
They get their powers back when he walks away.
So
it's a negating of powers.
While he's around, kind of thing. Like, if I'm sitting next to you and I just negate your powers, but when I leave, you get your powers back.
Yeah, she would just come right back.
So would she just...
Yeah. Now, remember, the thing about these is that these powers are located somewhere in the brain. That's how Sylar could take them. Mm-hmm. He had his initial ability was he just understood how things worked. That's what Sylar originally
That's why he was the clock.
Yeah. So whenever he would look at that part of the brain, he'd understand how it works. That's how he gets the empathy version of the power stealing, right? Okay. And also, Peter being stabbed in the back of the head, that kills him until it's removed. It's the same thing with Claire. It's something in the brain. So, theoretically, if you destroy the brain entirely...
It's like a zombie.
Yeah, exactly. So, she could have been in the explosion and it just happened to take her brain.
Decapitation, maybe?
I don't know if that would work.
Could she just sit there and talk?
Maybe. I don't know. That'd be kind of freaky.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, she's still alive, but she's just a head on, like, a table.
Uh-huh.
That'd be terrible.
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about some more questions we got from people. Mm-hmm. The first one is from Pedro Barcelios? Something like that, Pedro. What happened to Renee is what makes me afraid about other old characters who appear in the show. It looks like the only one from the first Heroes that will be a regular character on this new show is Noah. That's what it looks like.
But we've seen in the preview stuff, Parkman,
Hero, and Mohinder.
Yes.
Are the main...
Well, Mohinder's shown up a lot through everything.
He has, but he hasn't been like a main
shown
character.
up.
Yeah. But it is cool seeing HRG as kind of like the flagship character.
Yeah.
I do like that.
I mean, we could get, when Parkman and Hero start showing up, if Hero is the father or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's opening the door as...
I just can't see that being... He's not the father.
I feel like it'd be really weird if he was. But if he was, I mean, he's been in it this whole time.
I think Hero will be taking on like some kind of mentor leadership.
Kind of like George Takeda when he was Hero's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was kind of scary, but then he was teaching Hero how to do everything.
Exactly. Which we never really heard. We never really found out what his powers were we? Because he was part of the company. I don't think we ever found out his powers. Just that he could use a sword. Like, awesome. Right?
Maybe he didn't. Maybe
he was killed because he was killed by Adam Monroe. Remember, Hero goes
off
back.
The building.
Yeah.
Was it Adam?
Yeah.
I thought it was someone else. Okay.
Yeah, because Hero didn't know who it was, and he had a hood on, and
he went back in time.
He froze time and saw him. Remember? Anyway,
but his dad told him not to stop him, right?
Exactly.
Because he knew he was there somehow.
I don't think. See, I don't know. Maybe Hero's dad didn't have a power at all because his mom had the ability to heal. Remember, because Hero's brain was injured. He thought he was a child. He went back in time, and then she healed him. So maybe he didn't have a power at all. He was just
more like HRG.
HRG, exactly. But yeah, what happened to Renee, the Haitian? I hope that's not an indicator of what's going to happen to our old heroes. Because if I was like a producer or an executive at NBC, I'd be like, well, we bring all these old people back. Who cares? We got new people. We don't have to pay them as much. No one cares.
What I would do is, if I had this first series here, you get Noah or someone, like at least one big person that was from the old one to kind of bring people in. And then introduce these new people, see how things go, and then to help push the second season, then you bring back someone like Peter Petrelli or, something along those lines. Then, like, you're pushing even more, and you're getting...
I hope so. I hope it's not one of those things where it's like, well, we have new viewers that never seen the old series, and we're catering to them because there's more of them. I just hope they don't go that route. Yeah. But it would seem like we had another question, and I'll just go ahead and skip to it. By Kennedy Samurakoti, I think, is your name.
My question is, do we need to watch the first Heroes seasons to understand this show? I haven't seen the first one, but I began watching Heroes Reborn.
Yeah. I mean, the people in charge have said no. I have to say yes.
Really?
I think you have to have seen him because you have no idea who HRG is or who Claire is.
And what he's capable of doing.
You don't know why it's special. Who the hell is this Mohinder guy?
Yeah, to you, like, this Mohinder guy, you're like, maybe, I mean, he's just a terrorist, I don't know, But if you've watched the previous seasons, you're like, well, there's no way he did that.
I'm just saying what's going to happen this season is we're going to have these awesome reveals. Like, Micah's going to come back in. We're going to have Hero and Parkman, and you're going to have no idea who those people are.
I think you could compare it to, like, Dragon Ball Z that you guys been watching.
Yeah.
Because they had, what was it before? Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball.
Like, that had, like, some stuff with, like, the King Piccolo and all that, right? But
True.
Without watching that, you could still get okay with DBZ.
You could.
But it gave you more lore and more story if you to watch that before you watch DBZ.
Yeah, but the thing about, and this is a glaring flaw of Heroes, is that Dragon Ball was awesome, and you were able to get through those things because they had these amazing fights with these awesome powers. And in Heroes, you also have amazingly powerful people, and when they're about to fight, they shut the damn door.
But we don't know what they're gonna do this series. They might show more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe they're gonna push it a little bit further.
Yeah.
Could be.
We'll see. Let's move on to something else. Actually, I have something that I just thought of that I wanted to bring up. In the very beginning of the first episode, we see the shapeshifter that's shifting to 3 different people while she's dancing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay? Why don't I like that, Aaron?
Oh, the everyman guy.
She was changing her clothes.
So?
Remember, the shapeshifter that we've seen in the first part of Heroes, the first 4 seasons, right, that Sylar was able to take, he could only change his skin. His clothes stayed the same, and I loved that about that power.
Okay.
But now we have a person that can just do all that, what that is.
Well, maybe their skin is their clothes kind of thing. Like, they're changing all of them to make them look...
I just will say, the one thing I loved about Heroes is that even though you had these amazing abilities, it was very, very, very grounded in the sense of how they used them, I thought.
I suppose.
I'm not.
I get what you're going.
I'm saying I'm not a fan of the guy that this is my skin. I'm naked. Look at me. But another way that I could rationalize it and say that a person is not actually. It's like that one. Wasn't Sylar at one point like in Mexico with a woman that was like a fat woman, but she made herself seem really beautiful. And made it seem like he was on a beach or something.
That one was a perception thing.
Yeah, maybe it was a perception thing, and she's just making everybody perceive that she's doing that.
Her ability was that she could make you believe whatever she wanted.
See, if it was like that, and then she's changing different people?
It was.
Okay, well then it's perfect, so let's move on.
Okay.
Alright, so we got a question, or not a question, but we got something from Billy Lawrence. Sandra and Noah. Sandra, his old wife, got a divorce. Noah started seeing another agent of the company. I remember that now. It was a blonde lady.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah, I kind of do remember that.
In season 4, whom he also had an affair with. I think he started to have an affair early on. Like, they were flashing back in between the two. Like, a point whenever it was, like, before when he was a company man, and then afterwards when he got his apartment or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
If I'm not mistaken, she was with him at the carnival when Claire revealed his powers to the world, but for some reason, they aren't together, and he's with this new woman. Not sure. Odd.
I mean, whoever he was with could have been there at June 13th, and maybe they died too, but he was kind of sitting on that park bench alone. He didn't, like, arrive there with someone else. But if she was a company person that he was with, there's no reason that she couldn't have been there.
Yeah. And then just sometimes things don't work out.
Yeah. I went straight to, like, she's dead.
Yeah, she could just be dead.
Just dead.
The thing about Sandra and Lyle, we have no idea where they are. HRG doesn't seem to really care.
Yeah, right.
He's building it. I mean, not to say he doesn't. Maybe we'll see them at some point.
I mean, maybe he tried, but she's pushed him off enough that she's like,
if Claire died, that would definitely be the last fragment of them ever being together, right? Because I think that she had a new guy in the last season.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It just seems weird that, because that's like his actual kid. I mean, even though he loves Claire and everything, she's adopted. Not to say that you can't love an adopted kid more than your own, but whenever they mentioned, do you have children? He didn't go like, yeah, one, you know? So that just seemed weird that made that forget it. If you weren't a viewer of the original show, like the one guy that asked you need to know it, you would never have known that, you know? So it just makes for strange plot devices.
I mean, it might be something that, I'm sure it'll be something that comes up later on or something.
We'll see. Okay, let's go on to the next one, and that would be Andrew Wickard. Question for the future Q&A. Do you like the Katana Girl parts that are the game thing?
Stuff.
I don't really like them. What about y'all? I gotta say, I don't love them. Now, I see potential if they sit down with like a clipboard and say, hey, okay, this is what we're doing. She can do this, and that.
I say, I really like it. I'm just waiting for them to kind of clarify what the boundaries of what she does and how it works is.
There's I find it to be so confusing that, like, is she actually going in to a game, or is it something that's in her head?
Yeah.
Because
like, are the people she killing real people?
Yeah, because we see at the end she shows up, like she's at that tower that she sees in the game that
surrounded by guards.
Her father was like taken from.
Yeah.
Like that obviously didn't happen in the real world, even if she's like an avatar
in
the real world or something.
But I mean, you could have gotten Fulton balloon.
But we see her Fulton balloon. We see her actually materialize in the room when the guy lords around. You know, she wasn't just always there, moving around fighting. So why at the end, or in the end of episode 2, was she suddenly at the bottom of Yagamoto Tower fighting guards like that kind of resembled the guards that she'd been fighting in the game? Oh. It's just so strange.
I don't know. I'm hoping the next season kind of clarifies, because I'm hoping
episode.
Next episode.
Season, I'm out.
I'm out. I hope the next episode kind of clarifies that she gets her dad, and maybe we find out what's up with the sword and what's going on with that. Because that's the other thing too, is like he had to have known this or something like that. That he put that sword there with a note, wrote a whole book about her, made a thing so that it took the one dude that got to level 2 here to come here, then to help her. Like, it feels like her dad planned all this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the idea that there's, like, parts of her apartment she doesn't know about, and there's just weirdness in there that I just don't get. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Okay, Billy Lawrence. I thought it would be cool if Mr. Muggles was always a shapeshifter. Kind of like Ron Weasley's rat, right?
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
What was his name?
Well, it was Peter Pettigrew was the actual guy, but the rat's name was Scabbers.
Yeah,
that was the name. It was Scabbers. Right. Yeah, like he had just been a rat the entire time, sleeping with him in his bed, laying on his lap, eating stuff. You know, the whole time that had always been like this.
He's just a dude that's a rat.
38-year-old man. Yeah. I don't think Mr. Muggles is a shapeshifter, but if he is, we don't know about it because Sandra is missing.
Noah brought him and planted him there so that he could watch the family.
That's true.
But he didn't do shit during the first 4 seasons.
And then, like, Renee made him forget about it, and now he just has a weird guy.
He just has a weird guy living in the house.
And then someone took his power, so he's just stuck as a dog.
Oh, my gosh. That'd be terrible.
All right. He also goes on, I bet Claire is possibly still alive somehow.
Or will be alive sometime
soon. Or next season. Tim Craig said they only didn't bring her back due to some scheduling conflicts.
Oh, I thought she wasn't back because of storyline.
Now, I don't know.
I mean, she is in the Nashville thing.
She is. But, I mean, she was a huge part of that old show. If they could bring her back, I don't see why they wouldn't. One person, I don't know if I have the comment or who it was, but one person talked about saying that, we saw that one clip in the teaser of, like, him petting blonde hair, right? Yeah. Saying, well, obviously that's Claire, so she's confirmed dead right there. And then somebody else, or this person said, well, that could be the blonde woman that he was with, and it's a misdirection.
That's true. I mean, you just see the hair, and it's, like, covered the face and stuff. They might show there, but I doubt they would, because I doubt Hayden is going to just show up for one dead scene and leave, you know?
My new favorite character is probably Tommy. He's got the best storyline, apart from Noah. And then Miko, because I find the game thing interesting, even if odd as hell. Sorry for the mouthful. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. Much love, buddy. Big kisses.
I like Tommy.
I like Tommy
Tommy's
too.
cool. The power he has is interesting, where he just teleports. The thing that gets me is in that season premiere, it showed him in a time, like in an area, and everything was just frozen. Mm-hmm. Is Hero there doing that? Did he do that? Did someone else do that? I'm really curious if he can, like, make other people teleport. He teleported himself on the other side of his mom or whatever.
Yeah, which is what Hero can do.
Hero can do that. What if he can stop time? That's what I'm thinking is going to happen, Eric.
It might. I'm not excluding the possibility. I just don't think so. Because his effect of teleporting is not the same as Hero's. Hero's just pops out of existence, right? So it's not the same exact power. Because as we know, powers have the same... Like, when you have a similar power, it's like the same sound. Like, flying always has the same sound.
Oh, okay.
Also, Sylar's telekinesis is the same exact sound they use for the new guy of telekinesis. But the effect in the sound for this kid's teleportation is not the same as Hero's teleportation.
What if he has a mixture of it? Like, what if he has the time stop, but his teleporting is different?
I'm just saying, like, from, like, a production standpoint, I think that if they were going to say, hey, we had the same power, they would have made an effort to make it seem the same like that.
I do think it's interesting, though, that because, like, Hero's teleport, he had to, like, grab you, teleport, let go, teleport back to wherever he was, and now you're there. But he can just be like, and you're gone.
Yeah.
think that's kind of cool. And then he give it to himself. I want to be over there.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's... And I like that they had his power undefined, and now we're learning more about it. Versus, just having someone that knows exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like the penny guy knows exactly what he's doing.
But we don't fucking know
We have no idea what he's doing.
What the fuck? And who is he?
I don't know.
What's he doing? And he was in there talking to Tommy, saying he's important and destined for something.
Yes.
So I don't know what he does, but I think he's protecting Tommy.
He has to be, because he covered up with the guy that fell down on the bike.
Yeah, the police.
And he also got rid of a problem with the kid's dad.
Yeah, he just told him to leave, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know what it is. He gives him a penny, and he puts thoughts.
This is what I think. I think the penny is like a catalyst. Like
hypnotism?
Kind of. Like it's like Jedi that don't use the Force in like big ways. Like Jedi Guardians, they use the Force to their lightsaber. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like a focus that he uses for an undefined power he has.
How heavy do you think his briefcase is full of pennies?
It's got to be pretty heavy and loud.
I can't really think of how. Yeah.
It'd be a good weapon.
I never thought about that till just now, but he has a briefcase full of pennies. One penny isn't that heavy, but if you have a whole briefcase, it's got to weigh a little bit.
Think about like...
And just rattling, ching, ching,
I mean, he's got thousands of pennies in there.
Yeah.
Think about having like $1,000 worth of pennies in your hands. That's a lot. Yeah, that's right. I didn't think about that. But it would be a good impromptu weapon. Yeah.
And they just shatter everywhere.
And everybody's brain just explode because pennies do that, apparently. Anyway, okay, let's go on to the next one. Nick Morgan. He said, love to know how those two freakazoids really think that they commit genocide of all Evos. Of course, he's talking about Zachary Levi and his wife.
Yeah.
I still don't know their names. I think his name is Luke. I'm still not sure. If you guys could help us out, because I'm so damn lazy to look it up, what Zachary Levi's name is, the wife's name, and the kid's name.
I'm sure they said it.
I think they have, but I did not catch them because I was trying to pay attention. Anyway, how do they... See, that's also kind of a strange story, too. Even though that we saw in the rest of the season promo, he's already having doubts about why he's doing this.
I even saw that in the first episode, though.
Of course, yeah.
Like, he didn't really want to seem to kill the kid, you know? He was like, let's let him go. And it seemed like it's his wife pushing him that we got to do this and get revenge for our son.
See, now, when I was editing it, we, of course, had to... Every time I watch these episodes and then I edit a reaction, I have to watch them all over again, which is nice because I can notice things again. But in the beginning, when we see Zachary Levi, he has his arm around his wife, and their kid is right in front of them, like, looking up and reaching for stuff.
Okay.
Like, you can tell that's who that's supposed to be. His wife looked drastically different. Way less crazy, right? So I think that the change of her appearance is supposed to say, hey, this woman is unhinged because of the loss of her child. She's not rational, and he's in grief, and he doesn't see how irrational she's being. I think that's where we're going with this. But,
so we can see them maybe splitting and parting ways. Maybe
I think so. I think what's going to happen, like, they have that briefcase now with all the Evos. And all she cared about was, I can see so many, we can kill so many more. And he kind of had that, whose car is this? And I think that what we're going to see with them is that he's going to start getting into the conspiracy, too.
Yeah.
And seeing, like, this is why my son's dead, not because of Evos.
Yeah.
And then I think we're going to turn him...
That'd be good. I want to see him and HRG working together. Because I think they would be cool together. I love Zachary Levi anyway.
But what is undefined is why... How are they so damn good at killing Evos? Like HRG learned from the company, and he became the best person, right? But through years of experience, 1 year after July 13th, and these guys can take out a room full of Evos.
Well, how do they find him, too? Like, they're setting up these little, like...
Well, he had that little cockroach.
Cockroach, yeah.
Watch the reaction if you haven't.
Yeah, the cock ranch.
Yeah.
But he had that, but did someone give that to him?
He had to.
Or did he set up that whole thing?
I'd have to assume that someone gave it to him, because if he set up the whole thing, then he wouldn't know the password.
So it's like he going around pretending that he's an Evo so that they give him a thing?
I think what probably happened is, if I have to assume...
Like, who set that up? There was no one leading it. You know what I mean? They was all there sitting talking.
Yeah.
Like, who would... Like, I feel like that should have been a support group where someone should have been leading it.
True.
But no one was a leader.
I had to assume that he didn't set it up because he didn't talk at all until the very end. And, with that piece of paper, I have to assume that he either killed an Evo or took it from them.
That's a possibility. He could have maybe got...
What's this? Where are we going? He looks at it, he gets there, and they're like, what's the password? And he's like, Cock Ranch. I let him in. All right.
Come on in.
He must be an Evo. He said Cock Ranch.
He said it the right way.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, that's what we had to think about that one.
Yeah, I mean, he knew how to fight the fire guys, too. Like
Yeah.
he was prepared for that.
And I'm watching it again. Where did he get a fire extinguisher?
I don't know.
Like, it just comes out of nowhere. Like, you could say, like, he had it with him, but how did he know there was a fire guy there?
I don't know.
Or did he just get one?
Like, did he know who all was going to be there?
Yeah.
The one chick was able to just follow where the invisible guy was going?
To be fair, that guy just ran a straight line.
Yeah, I know. What was with the speedster guy? Why was he just, like... Was he so old and confused, had Alzheimer's? He's just, like, fucking bouncing off walls? I don't know where to go. Where's the exit? He should have been gone.
I felt like, with that stuff, like, in the old series, HRG would have... He had night vision goggles that he could see invisible people. You know, he was able to put Elle in water, and she'd shock herself every time she tried to shock him. Like, he had a very thought out, practical.
He would have had a fire extinguisher for the guy or whatever.
No, all I'm saying is that he has the experience and the know how to do that stuff. These guys just walk into a room and shoot everybody, and somehow magically get a fire
then light it on fire,
and then somehow know that his blood obviously would be like gasoline.
I mean, I've been doing it for a year, and they just learned over a year.
I guess.
I figured they would have died.
I hope that we get a little bit more background into what's going on there.
That'd be cool.
All right, let's go on to the next one. Billy Lawrence, which I think is the same guy that just did a question earlier.
I think you mentioned one,
Yeah. He said Molly is kind of a badass, probably due to the Fugitives arc, which I don't remember she was in, but in the canon graphic novel, she was part of Rebel, which was Micah. Remember he had the Rebel thing? She was part of a team which included some new faces as well as Wes, which was Claire's flying boyfriend from season 2.
I remember him.
Alex, Claire's fish gill boyfriend from the Fugitives. I remember that. Remember they hid in the pool?
So it's just a team of all Claire's past boyfriends?
And then even Monica, which was Micah's cousin. Remember that whole thing after?
She could do the, she would look at a comic or watch gymnastics and she could do it.
They called it a mimic.
Yeah.
Like
it was
whatever
like a muscle memory.
Whatever she saw, her muscles could learn to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I'm sure they all went through hell back then, and when Danko was hunting down people. Also, it bugs me that Molly's played by a different actress, but I do still like her. Yeah, I didn't know about the whole team-up thing with all those guys, which is kind of cool, but...
What would they have done?
They were a team. I don't know.
Okay. You
Flyer?
have a guy who can fly, a guy who can swim underwater.
Aquaman?
But he couldn't do anything else.
No, he couldn't.
And you have a girl who could just as long as she sees something, she can do it.
See, I never knew if she saw a superpower, could she do it?
I don't think so.
I think
it's a muscle thing.
But even still, I mean, hell, look at
gymnastics and jumping shit and
watch
fighting
fucking
and stuff.
Shaolin monks fighting
So she could be a
porn.
fighter. She could be a fighter and stuff. But then what did Molly do?
Just so was Captain America. He's just a fighter too.
Yeah,
she could do that.
Yeah, but she was strong. Or he was strong. She has no strength.
Okay. Well, okay. She could be like Black Widow.
He had a shield.
She could be like Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be it. But she didn't have guns. Maybe she had guns.
Yeah.
But what did Molly do?
Molly could find people.
Yeah, so why the fuck isn't she Oracle back at fucking base being like, hey guys, go here?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe she did. I
never read the comic.
I never, she could have been, I guess.
Why didn't this happen? Like, it did. Like, shit.
But you have Micah and Molly back at base running electronics and telling you where people are. That's all you need.
Yeah, true.
And then you have your Aquaman flying... I hate the flight thing, because, that's their ability, they can fly, but that's all they fucking do.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not super strong.
It's like the best form of transportation, but it's not like...
Yeah.
See, Nathan and Peter, went to fight Sylar in that one room that one time, and I always thought, what the hell are these two boys gonna do? Because I think wasn't that during the time that Peter only had one power at a time?
No. I don't think so.
No, this is the time Claire was looking through it. After Sylar was trying to take over being president?
No, wasn't that mid-season 3?
I don't know.
I don't think so yet, because I think that was mid-season 3, and then season 3 kind of branched off into the Petrelli father thing. Yeah. Because I think he still had, the fire stuff, and he could still do other things. I can't remember.
No, I don't believe
you're
so.
right.
Season 1,
I think he did only have one power.
Season 2, I don't think they ever met. Or fought. Season 3, there was a part where I think he only had his power, and then after they were done fighting, he had taken Sylar's power to change into people because Sylar found the president, and then the president stabbed him or shot him, and it turned out to be Peter. But I think he only had one power at a time at that point.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I always thought it was weird that when they walked in there, they were just two flying guys versus Sylar, pretty much a god.
Yeah.
But they turned out alright. Looks like Nathan died.
Well, I mean, we don't know what happened.
Nathan died.
Yeah, I didn't turn
at that point.
Spoilers! People haven't seen this.
Spoilers!
There's people haven't seen the first series.
They shouldn't be watching us. We've already spoiled a lot.
Sorry.
I'm not.
If you guys want to know information, let us know. We'll spoil everything.
Watch Heroes. It's good. People like you that went off the air. No, I'm kidding. This is Billy Lawrence continuing. I also believe that Hero may be involved in Miko's story, possibly. Some say she could be his relative daughter. We already talked about this.
I don't know about that. I think he's going to be involved somehow. Right?
I don't know.
I mean, he's a big hero. And they're both in Japan, right? So, I mean... and he's going to fucking Yamagato or Yagamoto Tower, whatever it's called.
Yeah, but I don't think Hero works there anymore. Maybe it might be slightly, like, annoying to, like, Asian people to think that, there's two Asians, they must be related. There's a whole damn country, we got way more people than you do, assholes. But that's just how the white brain works. We have white privilege, I'm sorry.
But powers are genetic.
True.
Right?
Not necessarily. I mean, yes, but there are characters that have powers.
I mean, I guess the powers had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
But then
they start with the eclipse.
Yeah, but I mean, the power has to start at somewhere in the generations.
Uh-huh.
But pretty much once someone has it, their kids have it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, either your dad, you, or your kids have to have it first. But then after that, pretty much your whole lineage is going to have it.
I don't know. I think it's like wizards in the Harry Potter world. You have pure blood families that most people in that family get a power. Every once in a while, there's someone that's in that family that doesn't. And then you have Muggle-borns that just randomly one of the kids have magical ability.
I don't know. I can't think of anywhere in Heroes, though, where, like, their parents or whatever, like, didn't still have powers.
Well, remember Maya and her brother that had, like, the Black Death?
Yeah.
I don't think they had...
They both had powers.
Well, they had powers, but they killed their entire family. That we never heard anything about them having powers.
They might if they killed them. We don't know.
We could have.
But genetically, I mean, one had power, one had a power.
Yeah.
They both had power, so genetics.
I believe they were twins.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why they shared that power.
Because of genetics.
Yeah.
It could be. We'll see. If you guys can think of a character that doesn't have a relative that also had a power, put down in the comments below.
Hero makes sense because his mom had the power, but his dad didn't.
Peter, both his parents did. Nathan, Matt Parkman did. Claire is Nathan's kid.
Yeah, and his mom had the firepower.
Yes.
Her mom had the firepower.
I'm trying to go. Siler's dad. Yes, Siler had this. His dad had the same ability.
Was it the same ability?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had to understand things and take powers.
His mom was crazy.
Yeah.
Though. Okay.
All right. Corey Price said, Q&A, if you guys could have any superpower in Heroes, what would it be and why? So not just any superpower, but in Heroes, what would it be and why?
Can I cop out and take Peter's power?
That is a cop-out.
I said it would be cop-out.
That's the best power, obviously.
Well, I'll even settle for the one where I only get one at a time.
But if you're the only person with a superpower, then you don't have a superpower. This is assuming that...
Well, no, but you're going to get one too, so I can just have yours.
No, I'm not giving it to you.
I share it.
I'll shoot you in the head.
Well, what's your power, though?
Shooting. No, I don't know. So, no, you can't pick Peter's power.
I don't want flying, because I think I'm stupid, because...
Flying, like, even flying without, like, some kind of durability.
Yeah.
Like, you can't keep your eyes open or one that fast.
It'd be terrible. Heroes? Heroes would be really good to have.
Heroes is a great
Unless
power.
it's going to kill me.
Yeah.
Fire ability would be kind of cool to throw that, but then I feel like everyone would hate me and think I'm a danger. Tommy's, maybe?
The teleportation. I mean, you pick Heroes, though, because that's also teleportation.
Yeah, but
and
Heroes might kill me.
Why would it kill you? Just use it right.
He was bleeding out his nose and stuff.
Yeah.
What about Claire's? I'd just take Claire's. But she died anyway, so fuck that. Never mind.
I don't know. She might not have. I mean, Kinsey lived for like 400 years.
Yeah, I know. And the only reason he died was because of Peter's dad.
Yeah. You gotta pick one, dude.
I don't know. There's so
pick
many.
one.
There's so many good ones, though.
You're letting this dude down.
I'll be Ando's.
Okay. You can be my sidekick and amplify my power.
Well, I still have lightning then.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there anyone? I'm trying to make sure there's no one else I'm forgetting that I was like, that would be an amazing power.
Mm-hmm.
No, screw it. I want to be Parkman's. That's what I want.
Parkman?
Parkman would be good because he could also control people.
Yeah.
But he could read everyone's mind and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that would be the funnest one to have.
Okay.
And I know what everyone's thinking. I can control them, make them do what I want, and they'd never hurt me.
Well, shit, that was mine.
Oh, you told me to go through and
He's got the best power because he can hide it the best.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have to tell, it just happens to him. He doesn't have to tell anything.
Wouldn't know.
He doesn't have to show. His eyes don't light on fire.
Yeah.
He doesn't fucking do shit.
If he turned fire into his hand, people would say, like, ah! Someone's flying in the air, like, no!
Yeah. But especially season, 2 Parkman, where his powers got even better.
Yeah.
Right, where he can control the mind.
Well, I mean, if we're choosing that, I mean, I'd at least learn it eventually, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd pick Heroes, I think.
Yeah.
But I'd be afraid it would kill me.
His head and fix it.
I'd be afraid it would kill me.
Yeah.
You wouldn't let me take Peter's.
Yeah, I know. If I can't have Parkman, I'll Peter probably. Peter Petrelli.
Well, I couldn't have Peter.
So you guys know.
Well, Teabag. It's not Teabag.
See,
Sullivan.
Yeah, Telekinesis is a pretty cool power because with the whole, because there was like something with gravity in there, and as we know, the planet's gravities and moving and the moon have something to do with overall power here. So I think he had the ability to be something super special.
Yeah, there's a tattoo person.
Yeah.
Ray Park.
Yeah.
His speedster ability would be pretty cool.
Speedster would be
Especially
cool.
those daggers and stuff.
I'd have to say, if you're going to go with Parkman, I'm going to go with Hero.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'd be a good duo.
Yeah. Especially because it'd be awesome to have a sword, too.
No, you don't get swords powers.
Why not?
You get powers, you don't get a sword.
Well, shut up. You could have a sword, too. There's no reason you can't have a sword.
I get a gun.
Huh?
Parkman had a gun.
You can control people's minds.
I just shoot you.
You just have them all pick up like broomsticks and try to attack you, and then you fight them with a sword, and you're awesome.
I think I'm awesome.
You think you're awesome. I'd pick Heroes because I don't think I would use it so much because I don't think I'm generally a selfish person. I don't think I'd use it so much I'd start having my nose bleed.
Well, see, you know the issue you'd have though is if you ever went back in time, you couldn't do anything. You'd change the world, everything would be terrible.
I wouldn't do shit like that. You know what I would do? I would freeze time and go around the entire country and take $1 from everybody. All right, that's $300 million that no one would notice is gone. Because if you have $17 in your wallet and then you go in, you only have 16. You're not going to be like, I've been robbed. You know what I'm saying?
Like fuck.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that. You just like, oh shit, I must have lost it or something.
Just take me with you, and then I can be like, hey, can you give me $2?
No,
Give me $2
because
and then I have more money than
that's
you.
dirty. That's tricky. You can't do that.
What? You're straight up stealing. They're giving me the money.
Yeah, but you're invading people's minds. I'm just invading their privacy.
Suppose so.
But I'd probably end up doing stuff like that.
We should just go fight.
And then I just have like them buried in my backyard because I had time to do it. I just have like awesome shit.
I'd have time to do
Yeah.
it. You have time to like do all sorts of stuff.
I'm just saying, like, you know, if I'm on a date or something like that, and I had a lot to drink, and fucking, you know, things about ready to get down, and but I have like, you know, whiskey dick, I can't get it up. Shit, I can stop time, go get Viagra, take it, come back, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? You can solve so many problems, Aaron. Anyway, yeah, I definitely pick Heroes Power. I think you'd have the most fun, and you could have the most come out because I don't think I'm gonna be getting into many epic battles. The only other person with superpowers is you. I don't think we're gonna fight.
No, and if you try to fight me, I'd be like, you just wouldn't want to fight.
I just stop time.
You stop time.
I just go back in time before you did that.
Well, you couldn't because I told you you don't want to fight me anymore.
I have Magneto's helmet on. You can't do that.
Where'd you get his helmet from?
I'm a time shifter. I went back and I found it.
Or in the future found it.
I went into the future, got that technology.
Alright, we better work together then.
Yep, alright. Speaking of working together, you guys can see us react to every episode of Heroes Reborn. And you can see the Q&A show, which as you can see, if you're a viewer, especially if you're a subscriber, but if you're a viewer, we'll interact with you, answer your questions, give you guys a little shout out, and have a good old fun time.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll see you guys back here after episode 3. Not sure what it was called, but I'm sure it'll be good.
And tell us what power you guys would want.
Yeah, what power would you like, and why, and what is something awesome you could do with it? Like the $300 million, $1
Or the Viagra.
theft. Or the Viagra.
That's a good one.
I don't know which one I'd like more.
I mean, you could just get her off before she even got off.
I'm Eric.
I'm Aaron.
We'll see you guys later.